Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Experience, Strength, and Hope. I'm Antonio the Mayor T. And on today's show, our podcast is going to feature two women who have been here before when we did Church Hurt. Today visiting with us is Tiffany and Casaundra. And today they're going to be talking about obtaining wealth in our communities, opportunities in generating residual income by owning Airbnb property. So sit back, take notes, and learn something today. And I thank you for tuning in to Experience, Strength, and Hope. I'm Tony the Mayor, and I hope you enjoy today's show. Thank you. All right, I'm Antonio the Mayor on my podcast, and today I have Casaundra with me, and I have Tiffany, and they're going to talk about, today they're going to discuss with us what
we're going to be talking on wealth and finance in our community, ways to generate residual income, and what we're going to be discussing today specifically is investment in properties.
Okay.
In the future, we may deal with other ways to generate wealth, but we're going to deal with investments on today. Property investments.
Okay. And Casaundra, you're going to be...
Yes, I have a lot of questions for Tiffany because she has embarked on this endeavor with real estate, and I'm so interested to know how it works.
Why don't you each give a background on each one? I don't know if anyone has listened to this podcast or listened before. You can remember that we did the Church Hurt. We talked about church, Tiffany and Casaundra, but that was back in, I don't know.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a little while, and I really appreciate you guys for that because I had a lot of people come talk to me about it. But now we're shifting gears and doing something different. So give each one of you give me a little bit of background about who you are, where you're from. Right?
Where we from? Okay, well, I'm from the heartland, but I'm currently in New York, Brooklyn, New York. That's where I live. That's where I'm from now. So I do real estate there. That's my home base. I also do international sales, real estate. I'm licensed in the Dominican Republic and Dubai as well. So I'm focusing on that. I do have other arenas. I'm a minister, by the way. I'll be getting my credentials soon.
That's good.
So I'm excited about that. But I'm just here today to enlighten our community a little bit more on just ways to improve ourselves, to improve the next generation, and to have something, to pass
something
down.
that we own.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to own things if you don't have good credit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, or if you've been through a divorce or something and your credit kind of sunk, it's kind of like rebuilding this all uphill.
Okay.
So, but I'm Casaundra. I was born and raised here in Junction City, Kansas. And I've moved around just a little bit, but I am back in Junction City, Kansas. So I'm just here to support my friend right now with her business. She's always supported me in my business endeavors as well. And we are here for each other. And it's about building. It's about community. It's about female empowerment. And it's also about the Black community having something, like I said, to own. So here's just another way that we can do that. Let's go, Tiffany. I want to know.
I'm excited.
All right.
So, today I'm talking about investment opportunities. We're in Kansas right now, so Kansas is the part we're in is a military town. I would say that, but I've been doing a little research in the area, and we don't get that much tourism. Okay, so here in Kansas, when you do investments, you're looking at long term. So if you were to buy something, you would maybe consider the soldiers, their families, or, you know, people with children that may be on Section 8. You know, you buy the property, then you can rent it out. But what I want to talk about is a place that has tourism going on, where a lot of visitors, over 7.8 million visitors come every year. It's a nice, lovely place. You'll definitely get your return on investment. There's opportunities to do Airbnb.
Nice.
Are you familiar with the Airbnb community?
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. I've been seeing different people jump on and just from everywhere. Like, they don't have to be in the city that they're in to rent the Airbnb, which is cool.
Exactly, because you can do things virtually now. So that's one thing I like about the way of living now.
Right, that's what my daughters just did. They went to Vegas. They stayed in one of the casinos the first night in casino hotel, but they had an Airbnb the rest of the time they were there.
Very nice.
And when we went to Arizona for family reunion, we stayed with friends, but everyone else was staying. Beautiful, you know, place. So they were really enjoying it. And that's the first time. That was a few years back, but that's the first time I had even thought about doing that.
Airbnb, right? So the reason why I'm specifically doing the Dominican Republic is because it's beautiful. But not only is it beautiful, it's affordable. And I know it's a market where people, you know, they're going to come and visit. So by you investing there, you're going to be happy.
Yes.
You're not going to be, you know, because a lot of people like to go when it's cold. They like to travel somewhere where it's warm.
That warm weather.
Right. So I've been doing this for a few months now, and I was glad to run into the opportunity. It was actually another sister. She's a lawyer, and she had told me, and she's into real estate as well. She had told me about it. And, you know, they really want to build up our community because a lot of us don't have anything that was handed down from grandmother. Our parents had to start from scratch. We had to start from scratch.
Yep.
And, you know, you want something for your children because everything is just getting hard everywhere, all around.
Expensive.
It's just expensive, and you know, you want to leave that legacy or something for your kids just to make it a little bit easier for them.
Right.
And with investing, you're not just leaving a legacy. You yourself can live and enjoy the benefits of that. That's what I like about when I was introduced to these properties in the DR. So you have any more questions about Airbnb in particular, or?
Not so much Airbnb. I'm kind of interested in what you're doing because it seems to me like the Airbnb people are renting from you. Am I right?
Yes.
Meaning that you own it and they are managing the rental.
Exactly.
So they're getting somewhat of a percentage, but you're getting more. So I guess it just depends on how much time you can spend doing it. How much
Okay, so what I am talking about today is not so much more on the Airbnb managing side or the arbitrary side. It's more of, I'm the owner. This is my property. I can come down here anytime that I want to. It's my vacation home. It's my second home. Or even if I want to live there. Because there's opportunities like that there in the DR that you can live there if you want to. You want to retire there, you can do that. So these properties I buy, I hire someone to manage it. Most of the time they'll pick platforms like Airbnb, you know, all the other rental VRBOs, and they'll use those platforms.
No, I don't know all these acronyms.
That's okay. That's quite okay. That's why we have this. And we actually have more educational sessions every second and third Thursday on these properties that I'm actually talking about. So the first one that I want to talk about is Perla Bahia.
And these are in the Dominican Republic.
These are in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And before I even, you know, I was going to go into talking about it, but before I even go into it, if you're concerned about the price, I can explain that at the end.
Yes, I'm very concerned.
And affordability and how this works, I can explain that as well. But so I'm going to just explain this to you, and maybe you'll learn a little bit from it and you can ask me a question. So this is Perla Bahia. This one is about 9 to 10 minutes away from the beach area. With this vicinity, You have like maid service though.
Nice.
So someone is there that will clean every day. Also, let's say you buy this property, someone rents it out. You can like do add-on services, like where for that particular party, you could buy maybe a package, and of course you would upsell it, but it's very minimal in price. But what you can get with that is where someone could cook for them the whole time they're there. At a very minimal price. You'll be surprised at what that will cost. So Perla Bahia starts at $150 for like two bedroom, and it has what I mentioned about the maid service. And this one is available. You can reserve it at $5,000 US, and then within 30 days, 10%. And then it's 22 monthly payments of $5,000 starting 90 days after signing the contract. And then your balance with the keys at delivery, which will be December 2024. Okay, we also offer payment financing, So let's say the $5,000 is too much for you for 22 months, because what we want you to do is to be able to get the property with the keys, and you don't owe anything.
Yeah.
So what I'm finding out in our community, even $5,000 is just too much for a lot of people. So what we do, we have lawyers. Remember I mentioned that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have lawyers that will set you up and partner you with like-minded people on that same property.
Okay.
So you won't have to worry about anything because it'll be structured. It'll be written down. It's by an attorney, and you'll be able to afford it. So if it takes 5 people to get,
I see.
you understand?
So everybody's part owner though?
Yes. Everything is documented. You have the attorney that puts the LLC together that can do this for you. So this could be done, because a lot of people, they want to do it. They want a piece of the pie, but sometimes it's just still not attainable for some. So versus just everybody, whoever, we want everybody to be able to come to the table.
Now, let me ask you quick. What's the difference in, I guess a timeshare is different, right? It's owned by like a big corporate. Because I'm just thinking about when I was, I was younger. My wife and I went to Florida. Okay. And that's the first thing they hit you up on in Orlando. Hey, you want to be able to go to Disneyland free or Disney or Universal Studios. You go sit to a timeshare.
Yeah, timeshare, you get a deed, but you don't own a physical place.
Okay.
This is yours. You own this. Great. You can come down there 20 times that year. With a timeshare, you're buying weeks. Okay. And it's not your place. It's like a resort. And you don't get the same room every time. I know I have a timeshare, so we can talk about that after, or if you want to ask me some more questions.
Okay.
So, but I have a question too now. So if I'm coming in and I'm buying with a group of people because I didn't have the $5,000, so it's not all mine. So now I have to share and coordinate.
So the profit, so because this is all about profit, right? We're buying to invest. So the profits will be distributed evenly.
Okay, so the less people, the more money you're going to get as a profit.
Yes, and I only mentioned one, but we have more properties. It's so many that we have that I can't do it in one session. We have properties that start at $80,000.
I mean, that's really not bad, $5,000. If you think about the size of the investment and what the return is going to be over time, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, some people just don't have $5,000 sitting around. But
every month that they can do, right?
Oh, every month.
Yes, it's $5,000. It's $150,000 for the Perla Bahia altogether.
Okay.
It don't have to be like we have Plan B. I read you Plan A. Plan B is
wait, one more question before you go to Plan B. So if I have the $5,000 for a couple of months and then there comes a month when I don't have it, do I get all my money back and I'm out, or do they keep it?
Remember, you're in a partnership. So before a person builds a house, they got to count the costs.
True.
So you don't want to jump into something you can't afford.
Be consistent.
But we have started with Perla Bahia, but we, like I explained to you, we have something for every person.
Okay.
You may not be at the beach. You may have a 9-minute drive to the beach, but you're still in the area where people come and visit. They want that Airbnb. You in the DR, the weather's nice, the food is good, everything is just right. So the other one that Plan B on, the same project, is $5,000 to hold after 30 days, 10% after 30 days, 5% in July of 2022, 5% in December 22, and then 70% of the 150 throughout construction every 3 months, starting on March the 23rd, because remember, the day of delivery for this is December 2024.
Okay.
So this payment plan gives you, more time to get the money together, to spread it out. Most of these projects, let's say, the payment plans don't work for you and you want to finance, you can definitely most of the time finance at 50%. And then there's some projects that you can finance at 70%. Okay. So meaning you just put in 30%. They want you to kind of have some skin in the game because we're international. And, they kind of feel like maybe they're doing us a favor with these properties at this price, because I'm a realtor, as everybody knows. It's like my third time saying this, in New York. And I would say that for investors, it has dried up. There's like really nothing left. Imagine the home buyer that needs a home. There ain't really nothing left for them either, because the investors bought everything up. And the investors now, because the price of the home, what you paying for your monthly mortgage, we can only charge the market value on the rent, so they're not getting that much on return on investment.
Exactly.
So what do? So now everybody's kind of getting priced out. So while this is going on, you want to jump in the beginning because everything is low and it's developing. There are properties that are resale that's already built that sometimes can be financed as well. Because when something is already ready, you have to either finance it or pay the whole thing. Right. With these that I'm talking about today, they're not developed yet. They're in the process. So it gives you time, to put your money to make the payments, and then you can still do financing on a lot of them, like I mentioned before. There's also another one called Maple Beach and Maple Suites. These are 2 minutes walk away from the beach. Now with Maple Beach, it's 2 bedrooms and they have a lockout feature. So each side has their own kitchen, their own bathrooms, and a bedroom. So you can stay in one and you can rent the other side out, or you can rent both sides out to people that want to stay right next to each other. Nice. And 2-minute walk from the beach. Now, I don't know if we have any left where you can actually see the beach from, that side, because those properties went quick. Yeah. But there's still some available, and those are, now they're starting at $259. They were $205, but the market got hot. The developers went up already $50,000. Yeah. So with our projects, when you hear about it, the price is right, you want to jump in it, because after a while, if they have some still open, it's definitely going to go up. But not so much, but it will definitely go up.
I was just noticing the ones that you have reserved already.
Yeah, so a lot of them are reserved. We do have some that are sold, meaning that person bought that straight out, because some people that have been investing for years, they just have money like that sitting, and they, to them, that's like, oh, that's easy peasy, because they've been in the game for so long. If you can't afford those prices, we have Maple Suites, which is the sister of Maple Beach, and that property is $160,000. It's a 1-bedroom. That one is also by the beach as well. Okay. Now that one is set up just like a straight up hotel, cleaning service, everything every day. Okay. You just sit back wherever you are, Kansas, New York, Florida, and somebody's just doing everything for you. Nice. It's almost like you own a room at the hotel. So like we were talking about timeshares, I'm not going to get that same room, but with these properties like Maple Suites, how that one works, that's yours. When you come to visit, you going in that same property,
You
apartment
own it.
101, that's yours.
It's yours.
You can pass it on to your children.
Okay.
You know, even with timeshares, you can deed it down, but it's not the
yours.
same. You know,
So it's not going to be like when Martin and Gina went on that vacation. Nothing like that, right?
Come again. It's like,
You know, I thought about the old Martin show when him and Gina went to the house. It's not going to be like that. You're going to know what you're getting into.
you know what you getting into.
Because
Yes.
you know, that's scary. That's the main thing we thought about when we were talking about when we were going on vacation and going different places and everything. We were always worried about where we were going to stay, the property. You know, if we did an Airbnb or anything like that, you're always, even hotels, you're reluctant to it too. You know,
want to make sure the sheets is cleaned properly, and you know,
Goodness. Yeah.
with the Maple Suites, like I mentioned, that's everyday cleaning service going on. With Airbnbs, how those work, most of the time people rent for like a week, so the cleaning service will come like once that customer is gone most of the time. And some of them, depending on which one it is, like I mentioned, Perla Bahia, that's every day because that comes with their vicinity.
Question for you: we will be owning this property, right?
Right.
How do you go about, or who insures it? Do you have to do, because you have a lot of people coming in and out and doing different things, and you want to be able to have, you got to do repairs
for
insurance.
damages.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yes, you will have a property manager that's there on site that you would hire in addition to part of your package. And when I mentioned you have somebody that's running for Airbnb, that person is running for Airbnb, but they're also managing the property as well.
Okay.
So and most of these were condos. So if it's depending on what needs to be fixed, most of the time the condo association fee handles that.
Okay.
You know, depending on what exactly needs to be fixed in there. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And what I like about the properties that I represent, I am with an affiliated company, which is Keller Williams. And so these properties are vetted. These are not just properties that's somewhere out there where there may not be no running water. Because when you're investing in internationally and you're over here,
you don't know what it looks like.
You don't know what it looks like. Right. So, and speaking of that, we have tours. So we encourage people to come down on our tours to look in the area where you will be investing in getting your property.
Good excuse to travel.
Yes. Why not? Why not? So we have tours, and even if you just, like people that personally know me as a realtor, they trust me, they trust my word. They're like, you know what, Tiffany, let me just go ahead and put my $5,000 or my $1,000
That speaks very highly of you.
down.
Yeah, it does.
Most people don't do that.
No, they won't.
Right. Well, and I get it, but like I said, people that know me, that have worked with me before, I've helped them buy a house or sell their house.
Very nice.
They, we have that relationship. So let's say they don't want to go or can't go, but they know I'm going or I'm taking pictures, or I know as much. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because of the company I'm affiliated with, I put a lot of trust in that. You understand? They're not a shady company. They know, they vet the developers. We have attorneys that's there that will help you with your contract. And you're not like on your own through the whole process.
That's good.
It's in the Caribbean, so sometimes things move a little slow, paperwork, but everything is solid.
I think that's everywhere. Paperwork.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Because I do like I mentioned, I do the Dubai as well. And it works similar, just a little differences, but it's, that part of the world is totally different. Yeah. But for me, business-wise, it's similar. But a lot of our people, we're more used to like the Caribbean. Some of us now, I see we're venturing out and going, to the Middle Eastern different areas. So, I don't cater to anyone, that's willing. And then, but a lot of people that have been there before and that know the area. Yeah, but we have some nice projects with that. We have ones that are by the lagoons. You know about the lagoons?
I've heard about it.
Lagoons?
No.
They're basically man-made beaches, and that's another thing that's popping up.
Okay, I've seen those.
Florida, Orlando has one of the first lagoons, I want to say. If it's either in Florida or maybe it's even the U.S., if I'm not mistaken. And it's really nice. I went there myself and saw it. So anywhere that has a lagoon. So we have some in the Dominican that have a lagoon. So anytime if I can't get a property that's right by the beach, if I have the lagoon, hey, that's close to enough to the beach. But the beaches for a lot of these properties is not a far distance.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, because I did not have a clue at first where your properties were, anything about how to obtain. So it sounds like it's doable, and that's the part, because some people hear the word investing and they're instantly like, I must have to have a lot of money.
Right. That's the first
and that
thing
is incorrect. So this is encouraging.
That's why I'm here. That's why we having the discussion. That's why we getting together, so we can educate each other, so we can learn, so we can inform, because I think a lot of us just was never informed. Even probably growing up, we didn't learn about real estate or any investing or anything, and then now look at it. It's booming, and we don't want. And the reason why I'm just hard on pushing this, I don't want our people to miss out on another opportunity. So it's like I'm like an eagle sitting up on this hill, because I live in New York, which is one of the most expensive places in America. So I see it. It's like, okay, I can see what's going on, and I'm always checking other markets, like looking at the prices. And so when I see something, I say, hey, you know what? This is a range where a lot of people I feel can do, and it's a nice place. Why don't I'm gonna share this with the community so they can have the opportunity first before everybody else hears about it. And the people that brought me on, this is their thinking, and I pass this down.
I have a question for you. What if any can't do, are we able to benefit by being out of the United States, tax wise, I'm just curious.
You have to talk to your tax person about that.
Yeah, I know.
That would be very different. And I think you knew that before. I can't guarantee you that. But you would definitely talk to your accountant concerning that.
Okay.
Even though you're getting that
I'm always thinking about how I'm gonna write off something to get some money back.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you should be able to write something off. Definitely.
Anytime you're paying something out, you should be able to get something back.
You should definitely.
Yeah.
You would think so.
I even asked my tax man, can I write off Amazon and shop Goodwill on my own? Yes, I did.
You have your own business.
That's what he suggested, because I buy so much stuff from Shop Goodwill. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but I buy so much stuff and sell it, buy and sell, or give some of my stuff away. And he was just amazed how much money I spent last year.
Yeah, so you need to get yourself incorporated so that way you can take care of yourself in that area.
Right.
Or it could be a non-for-profit too.
Right. Okay.
Definitely. So
I tell you, it is a benefit. I miss when my wife used to have her own salon. It just worked out so well for us tax-wise. I really miss it now.
Oh, yes. I, as a realtor and even doing life insurance,
Who?
Life insurance.
Who, your dad?
I do life insurance.
Oh, you do? Because I know your dad, too.
It's almost like I see myself doing everything he's doing.
Exactly,
me and my younger brother.
Well, that's good.
That's funny how... But imagine if he would have exposed it to us earlier. Can you just imagine how far we would be along in that area?
When you know better, you do better. So it's never too late to start.
And that's where I'm at right now. And I'm just trying to share it with everybody, because I want us all to just to be able to be in a better position.
Okay, that's great. So, are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very informative too. I was waiting to go a little bit longer.
But if you have questions, shoot them at me.
How can someone contact you though?
Okay, well, my number, I'm so old school, I always do the phone number first. I know a lot of people give out these hashtags. You can contact me at 785-375-1863 or 917-688-5116. I also have a Dominican Republic number, but you don't need those numbers unless you want to call and speak to someone down there on my behalf. If you can't reach me, or you want to check out my credentials.
Or your Facebook or your Instagram.
Tiffany Murrell. Facebook is Tiffany Queely Murrell. Instagram, Tiffany Murrell. International Properties. What else I have? The main ones I use is Facebook. So Tiffany Queely Murrell or Tiffany Murrell on Instagram.
Okay. Thank you for listening to today's show. I'm Antonio, Tony the Mayor T on my podcast, and you can reach me at bigdog0862@gmail.com, or you can reach me at 785-307-4662. Again, you can reach me at bigdog0862@gmail.com. Now, our guest today, Tiffany Murrell Queenly. You can reach her on Facebook, Tiffany Queenly Murrell on Facebook, or on Instagram, Tiffany Murrell International Properties. Her number is 785-375-1863 or 917-688-5116. Go ahead and give her a call. Ask your questions, invest in some property, and hit the Dominican Republic up. Thank you. My name is Tony the Mayor, and you have a good day.